Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
So today we need to start with that. So before that, for actuals, we need to know about the reports. Today, this session is only about the reports. So to navigate to the reports directly, you can go to Management Department Plus and Management Department. There will be a dedicated area for reports. Or in some companies, you can find that in this plus sign also. They might have it as a report in this area itself. Or it should be in somewhere just like this in the tiles. I'm clear on the navigation. It should be either on the plus sign as a report, or it should be under Management Department or Management Workspace somewhere under the tiles. Let me click on it. This will give you the list of all the available reports. Across Activities Administrative. So these are categories. If you are confused which report to find under what category, so for accruals, we are going to see all the reports under the accruals. So it will be easy. Directly, we can click on accruals and see what are the reports we are going to run. So apart from that, other than that, we have a number of reports. These are like categorizing it. Like this is time correlated report. This is a scheduler related report. So if you are confused, like which report would be under which, and you don't know how to open which, you can go for all. All will contain list of all the reports. A. Whatever the reports are available within the Kronos in this particular system. These are mostly our inbuilt reports. There are also possibility of creating custom reports through other tools, but we have more than enough self-sufficient like inbuilt reports in Kronos. Okay. So now let me show you. Once you get time, go ahead and go through each of the reports. Right now I'll take you through a few important reports, which you will be working across more frequently. The first one is employee transaction and total. So what this report does is, whatever the data the employee has in his time clock, this will pull it through as a report. If I go here, we have a number of employees here, right? So let me open a few of them's time clock. So these guys, like at least a few people, should have some punches, since this is a test environment, mostly to be empty. Just looking to come back the data once we read the report. Okay, I'll choose the date from 1st of October to today's date. That is somewhere the date should be. So for this same date range, I'll run the report, and so that we can come back to the data. So what this report does is it will pull all the data, whichever is available at the time card, into an Excel format or PDF format. We'll go with the Excel format. What we need to choose is what are the employees we are going to extract. I'm choosing all home. That means all the employees available in the system. We can also filter it using our conditions available. As I told you, we have employee summary or other. We have a number of genies here. We can choose it. And we can just have few employees like only Australian employees. We have, like I told you, how to create this also, right? We can create a number of hyperfines based on our condition. So that condition also you can choose here if you need to. If you need only that employees, all the hyperfines will come here. You can choose that, Australian employees. That's why right now I'm going with all home. All home means all the employees available in the system. And time period I'm going to choose from 1st of October, or even before that, I'll choose from September. So that's why we have at least some data. Since it's a test environment, we'll not be having input for just right. So let me run it from 1st of September to today's date. And the format output format is that's it. Display empty totals, no. Do we want a like? Most of the time that's empty. So do we want that to come as a total? No, I just only want wherever there's a particular data or Punjab pay code, only that should be in my report. No empty value. Okay, done. So everything there is already selected. The pay code. It was already selected only. If you want to remove something, you can remove it. Oh, well, if it is not selected in some areas, you can just pull it out here. That's it. Okay. So after choosing these values, you just need to click on Run Report. And once you give it, you need to click on Refresh Status to refresh it. It's updating. After a few seconds, it will be completed. Hello Srinivas. And we can export those reports. Yeah, we can directly download it from here itself once it is completed. Okay. This is taking some time because we are running for all the employees, right, and for a long date range. Let's wait. So 2 more minutes. If it is not completed, then we can again run it once more. Let it run in the meantime. We can see other reports also. We can check out other reports. So once it is running again, you can click on the select reports so that it will show us the available report. This is just a dashboard where we can see the status of the report, whichever we have run, whether it's completed or it's running or failing. Okay, now again I'll go back to the select reports tab. which is our home page. So we have seen employee transaction at total. The next report which you need to see is there'll be a bunch detailed report. This will be. I can directly close this and take you through time card. So if some employees have some exception in their time, card manager needs to see. That means he can use Genie. Or if he has more employees and he needs to see who are all the people who are having late ins or early outs or missed appointments or like long break, short break, these items. If you want to see it in an Excel document or a PDF document, you can directly run this particular report. Or he can go to exception summary. This will give him same thing but in an Excel format. These are same reports. If you go to exception summary, you will have an additional format which is Excel. But right now we'll run it as a PDF because I don't think we have Excel in this system. Maybe because we don't have Excel. It might be the reason. Let me see. So I'll run this as a PDF itself, so that at least we get an idea. So let me run it as a PDF itself right now. So this report is like if a manager wants to see who are his employees having these late ins, early outs, missed appointments. And like for a full population, his full population. Right now I'm running it for all the people. For his full population means he can choose his population. What for our population needs to run and whether it is only unexcused or you can choose both. And again the date range is same. I'll run it for 1.5 months. Okay, this is completed. Our previous report is completed. Now exception summary is running. So once this is completed, what you can do is you can click on this. You can click on the report and click on view report, or you can just double click on it. It will download. But right now I don't think it will open. So I'll again run it as a PDF for you. Okay. It will not open. We don't have anything to open it up. So let's first go through this report. I'll again trigger the employee transaction summary in PDF format. The report name is employee transaction in total. Same thing, same everything. This time I'll go with PDF, but this report is specified to run as Excel only. Because PDF will not get a clear clarity, Excel will have proper rows and columns attached to it. This inbuilt reports. We don't need anything. These are inbuilt, already done. So there's a separate tool to build custom report in that you need SQL. There's a tool called SSR's tool. Like integration, we have SR's tool to build custom reports. To speak with the system and pull the data, so it will directly each of these details. Whatever we put in the punch, what punches we put, what time we put, what accrual balances, we have everything. As we see in the Kronos, it is also stored in database. Even these reports have direct queries which it will fetch directly. These are inbuilt reports. This will have the inbuilt SQL queries to pull it out. So if you want something customized, we need to build it through that particular tool. There's a tool called SSRS in that tool. You need to connect the system and build your reports using SQL queries, which columns to come where and how it should be formatted. That will be through SQL query. And also in the integration, whenever you build an integration to load and apply into the application, or to do some export, or to pull some data from a particular place in Kronos and load it in somewhere else. For all that, you might choose a source type SQL, or like some place it will be a FAT file or CSV. But then you can also use the SQL as a source query from where you fetch the data, or you can use the output as the SQL to load it into some database in integrations. Example, I might have a punch import, like where I'll be importing the punches, which is the employee. Like some companies, like they might have 90% of employees in the Kronos, like full employees will be in Kronos, but 90% will be using Kronos clocks. But maybe for a 10% of people in a particular location, one facility is using some other device to capture swipe in and swipe out. From there, I need to do an import to load the punches into the system. In that case, I can have a punch import which will fetch the punches from that system and load it into this system as well as the DB. In those places, well, when you are building an integrations and custom reports, in that case, you will be needing SQL. Within system like SQL is not needed, but to work on integrations and reports, SQL is much needed. I mean, do you need to know like installation process? Do we need to know like an installation process? For which? Let's say if you get like a project. While we're working, no, nothing to install. Everything is cloud here. Yeah, but like I'm saying to set it up like configuration from the beginning. No, that thing will be out. They will give you the details of server address, username, password, everything. You just need to type in that. Nothing to set up for Kronos. Okay. So our exception summary is completed. Let me open the PDF. So this will give you the ID who is in this particular report. And out of these employees, how many are having an excused absence within this date range? How many people have core violation? How many people have missed the punches? Missed out, unscheduled, late out, early out, long break. So these things will get. Excel would be more appropriate for this, which like we can get these in rows and columns, and this will come as a chart. So since we don't have Excel, I'm just giving it to you the overview how it will be in the PDF. First, it will give you how many people are picked up with the exception for these date range. And then it will give you the graph of what are the exceptions. Then again it will give you based on some like core violation. Whoever has violated the core violation means we saw in the pay policy, right? Who? The people should not be taking breaks during that time. And then it will give you this as the table, what we saw in the chart, say again as a table. And then it will give you each person has how many exceptions onto that. Like a time cut for that particular date range. If you see Amanda has 20, Sharmini has 1. This test user has 78. So this is just a report like this. We have a number of reports. Just like when you get a time. Just go through and run one by one and see like what are the data it's pulling out. Choose all the employees and choose some date range for at least 2 months and then try to run it in the PDF if you get a chance to get the Excel installed. And then you might choose for certain reports Excel and run it on. So now let me show you the other report also which is completed except in some like in transaction total. I'll just double click on it. So transaction total. Okay, sorry, I was choosing the wrong report. This is the first one which we run with this Excel. It will not open. I'll open the PDF one. Excel is actually the option for this, but since we don't have it, we are running it as a PDF. So first, will give you again who are the employees picked up in this particular report. Then it will give you on this particular date range. This employee has, or like each employee, they have how many hours. So within this time frame, for this 1 month, this guy has worked 8 hours. This guy has worked 8 hours on this particular date under this pay code. This is more like a proper time, how the time code would be. We are getting it as an Excel. If you see here, this guy has worked. His employee is this on Thursday 9/1. He has worked under this pay code for 8 hours. Then this pay code. This pay code. Again James Smith, which we tested. We have given a vacation 8 hours here and some bonus hours on 9/6. So this will give you the individual transaction per day for that particular time frame. For each of the employee whom we have selected. Under which pay code, how many hours, which day. Then we will get the totals also. For each pay code, how many hours totally the employee has worked. So if you see James Smith, this is the guy we tested for some time. He has worked 50 set hours of regular, 330 hours of 40.5 for another 14.5 an hour, then 40.5. So we'll get the full-time card data. Mostly, this is similar to the pay file which we'll be sending to the payroll team. So to have during the payrolls. If someone asks us to send the payroll, we can ask the payrolls to cross-check the data for a few employees. How many hours of regular and working and these setup people have? Can you check and compare with the pay file generator? We need to run this report from the Kronos. For that selected employees for that particular selected date range. And then we can cross up with the paycheck so that proper hours, like example, if James Smith wins for this time range, he should be getting 57 hours of regular process in his pay file. And another 8 hours of vacation and 8 hours of 42 PANU. These hours should be in his pay file. So if someone asks like a few employees are getting errored out during the payroll, so can we cross check whether that particular data is available in this pay file correctly? So during payroll, we can cross check using this report. This is more or less like important report with the respective economist. Transaction and totals when it comes to payroll. And I'll show you a couple more reports specifically which is needed for accruals before we start accruals. You know, right? It's the leave balances whichever we have. So to track that, we can see how many balance exactly we have at a particular time in Kronos itself. But to see the historical data when we got our vacations or sick accruals credited. When we have used it in future, how many leaves we have already applied. These details will be all available under the accrual category. There is a report called accrual detail. Even other reports are all about accruals only, but this is a detail which will give you the proper insight. How much leaves we have, how much we have taken, everything. So usually when you run an accrual report, you need to run it from 1 month because mostly people will be getting their grants. Their accrual grants or vacation grants on Jan 1st. If you see, mostly in our companies also, it will be like we will getting vacation front loaded on the 1st of Jan or maybe 1st of each month. So it's better to run a report from 1st of this 1/20th to 1/20th. I'll show you what are the details available in that. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.